Jaden Smith recently broke down on Instagram, and fans are now worried that Will Smith has gone too far again and is to blame for Jaden's mental health problems. Will Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett have been under scrutiny over their unconventional parenting for years, and rumors are now circulating that the couple exposed their children, Jaden and Willow, to some crazy stuff at home.
And considering that he emancipated from their household at 16 and refused to come back even to do family interviews. You know?
Yeah.
Jaden is now finally opening up about what growing up with Will Smith did to him, and fans are now concerned that Will traumatized his son and he needs serious help.
Jaden, come on.
Will Smith has been constantly making headlines for all the wrong reasons, and it looks like this is starting to affect his kids, especially his son Jaden. It all started with Jada's highly publicized entanglement with August Alsina, which was followed by Will's press tour where he tried to convince everyone it's perfectly normal to have other partners when you're married.
It's friendship versus marital prison.
Ooh. Meanwhile, rumors continue to mount that Will is either gay or bisexual, and fans started speculating that the real reason Will slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars is because he has a ton of pent-up anger from being in the closet. And on top of all that, reports recently emerged that Will and Jada organized wild gay parties at their house with young men under the pretense of mentorship.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills.
And now an even more disturbing theory about Will Smith is making the rounds online, with fans saying that Will traumatized his son Jaden. Jaden has been keeping a pretty low profile since the Oscar slap incident. However, he recently took to Instagram to share a strange video of himself crying, which further fueled the rumors that something happened to him while he was still living with Will and Jada. Now, before we talk about what Jaden exposed, let's go over some context first, because this is not the first time Will Smith has been accused of something like this. Will and Jada are not the only celebrity couple that take pride in breaking traditional parenting rules. However, it looks like their unconventional parenting style has taken a huge toll on their kids. And even Will himself previously admitted that he's probably gone too far with treating Jaden like an adult instead of a child. See, Will and Jada don't believe in giving their children structure and discipline. And Will also said in one interview that he and Jada believe in respecting their children the way they would respect any other person. In African-American households, the idea coming out of slavery, there's a concept of your children being property, Will said, adding that he and Jada decided to release this with their kids. And according to Will, he and Jada never told their kids they need to clean their rooms because, quote, you never tell a grown adult to clean their room. Now, this may sound good in theory. However, children need to be taught that their actions have consequences, especially when you're a celebrity and your kids already live in a bubble with no concept of the real world. In fact, Jaden and Willow have both called out their parents for giving them too much freedom and pushing them into the spotlight when they were just kids.
You're not a normal human if you can't go out into the world. You and Daddy never told us really what type of world you guys came from.
Yeah.
We just thought that you guys just sprouted up out of the ground and just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I only have one like really terrible experience, which is with my hair.
And for all their talk about letting their kids express themselves, it looks like Will and Jada didn't actually manage to connect with their children emotionally, because Willow claimed Jada would shame her every time she tried to open up. During an episode of Jada's Red Table Talk, Willow told her mom, when I was younger, I would get super emotional, but you would look at me and then you would just be like, yeah, you can cry, but do it over there. Like, go into your room and do it over there. Like you pushing me away for crying, like I'm a bad person for crying. Willow also revealed that at one point she was so depressed that she started self-harming, and Jada never noticed anything.
Dark music, and like it was just so crazy, and I was just like plunged into this like black hole. And I was like,
what?
Yeah, and doing crazy things.
Really? When were you cutting yourself? I didn't see that part.
Like a long time ago.
Cutting yourself where?
On my wrist. I mean, you can't even see it, but like, there's still a little something there, but like, totally lost my sanity for a moment there.
Wow.
Jada, however, blamed all of this on her upbringing and claimed that she simply didn't know any better.
Even for yourself, because we all are coming into parenting with our own childhood traumas, and you can't. Your kids are gonna have their burdens. And even though I see how it might have hurt you, It's what I knew.
Yeah.
But fans had little sympathy for Jada, and they both slammed her and Will for being narcissists because it seems like they're always blaming their issues on others instead of owning up to them. To give you just one example, instead of admitting that she shouldn't have told the whole world she had an entanglement with her son Jaden's friend August Alsina, Jada defended her decision to air out her dirty laundry in the public and claimed children need to know all about adult relationships.
I think it's important, in all honesty, for a daughter for your kids, to have the opportunity to see their parents and listen to their parents talk about different stages of life that you go through.
As for Jaden, many fans believe he started acting out at a young age and wanted to be emancipated at 15 precisely because he lacked structure at home. Jaden previously claimed that Will and Jada's homeschooling turned him into a revolutionary. And in his bizarre 2015 interview with GQ, he said, "Me and Willow are scientists, so everything for us is a scientific test upon humanity. And luckily, we're put in a position where we can affect large groups of human beings at one time." Jaden also claimed that traditional schooling doesn't have any benefits and that all children should stop going to school. "School is a tool to brainwash the youth," Jaden tweeted, adding that if everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a more intelligent society. And then after Will slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, Jaden immediately took to Twitter to say, "And that's how we do it." Fans, however, were quick to check Jaden, and they said he's living proof that giving kids too much freedom and treating them like adults always backfires. One fan responded to Jaden's tweet, "Wow, so violent behavior is a family trait?" And another person added, "The normalization of violence within the family is common." And now, on top of all this, rumors are starting to speculate that besides giving Jaden too much freedom, Will and Jada may have also exposed Jaden to some wildly inappropriate stuff at home. These rumors first appeared back in 2013 when Will forcefully kissed 14-year-old Jaden in the middle of an interview. The controversial incident happened during an interview on Thai television when the host asked if Will and Jaden are affectionate in real life, and in response, Will did this.
You're not looking kiss my son. Jaden, come on.
Now, some people thought there was nothing wrong with Will being affectionate with his own son. However, most fans were extremely uncomfortable watching this because Jaden clearly did not want to be kissed on the mouth. I think it's sad because obviously the young man didn't like it and apparently has complained in more than one interview, one fan said. "I find forcing an unwanted kiss on anyone extremely disturbing." Many fans also pointed out that if this was Willow in Jaden's place, everyone would condemn Will, and rightfully so. One person commented, "If a father kissed his daughter like that, grabbing her face, putting his hands around her neck, holding her down while she is trying desperately to pull away, I would be disgusted and worried that he might be abusing her. I have the same concerns for this situation." And while most people eventually forgot about this incident, rumors are now starting to pop up again that Will traumatized Jaden. It all started after Jaguar Wright made some explosive claims about Will and Jada, alleging that they're both bisexual and that they've done some wild things with other men in front of their kids.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bashir Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed the help.
Hey man.
And that was they kid's friend.
Yeah.
Who can believe that shit is real by any means with all of that?
Jaguar also says she feels bad for Jaden and Willow because they must have witnessed some weird things at their house, which is probably why Jaden wanted to run away and emancipate himself at 15.
Their children are dope, but Jaden's kind of MIA. And considering that he emancipated from their household at 16 and refused to come back even to do family interviews. You know?
Yeah.
Willow's just kind of, she's dope. Too much shit happened in that fucking house. Too much shit happened in that house. And meanwhile, I go to jail for defending my child and niggas don't even get a CPS visit for the kind of they kids see.
And then, just weeks after Jaguar went viral with her claims about Will and Jada, Jaden took to Instagram to share a bizarre video of himself crying. In the caption, Jaden wrote, "Love my fans, I love our journeys. This family is our fortress. I should write something about emotions and how they're okay or whatever, but honestly, I just found this video on my phone." Jaden's followers immediately took to the comments to ask Jaden what was going on because the video came out of nowhere and fans were concerned that something happened to Jaden. And while some fans speculated that Jaden was under the influence of something, others said that Jaden is clearly dealing with the trauma of growing up with Jada and Will. "Seems the sins of the parents are being visited upon their children. A shame," one fan commented. "I feel for the young man. I sure as heck wouldn't want either of those self-centered nut jobs to be my parent." And another person added, "No wonder Jaden became a teenage zombie freak. He was traumatized by his own father." But how do you feel about Jaden crying on IG? Do you think it really has something to do with his dad, Will? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to check out this next video.